This is not intimidating at all. Thank you for smiling at me. That makes me feel a bit better. But to be honest, this is not about me. This is not my story. This is the story of a man with two really beautiful children, with a loving wife, two parents who are still alive and still love him. He has passions. He might be passionate about gardening, or maybe he collects things, and he really likes to cook, maybe. Just imagine that, right? That man is dead. And you all could have done something to pretend you could have done something about it. Yeah, I'm nervous, okay? That is all right. We're all in this room full of people, and this is way more nerve-wracking than it looks like. But the thing is, every 30 seconds, one person dies because of an armed conflict between nations. We stay here in this room. There are all these different people from different countries, and we think that we're at the peak of diplomacy. And yet, so many people die all around us, and we don't know what's happening. Just to prove my point, please raise your hand if you know anything about the Russian-Ukraine conflict. Right, everyone, of course. But please stand proud and tall if you know anything about the conflict between Ethiopia and Tigray. No one. Right, yeah, okay. How about the fact that 200,000 people died last year because of the famine caused by the war? Yeah, right. The thing is, we get so consumed by what's happening around us that we forget about the people who have more struggles that we don't know about. We look here and we see so many beautiful people, and we think everything is all right. But at the same time, people are struggling and we know nothing about it. We understand, finally, as human beings, that relations between nations are way too important to be left to governments alone. That by giving a handful of politicians more power in their hands than empathy in their hearts, another man has died. The thing is, I wanted to keep talking about this and to keep making you feel guilty, right? But at the same time, I saw these wonderful people, I saw you all, and I started thinking about the fact that I didn't know all this stuff before. I didn't know the struggles of other people. But the answer to this is in this very room. I tried so hard to try to be friends with these people here. I tried so hard to try to get them to understand them. And when I finally got the answer to that, we are the representatives of our nations. We're the representatives of our countries. And at the same time, we exchanged ideas. We exchanged different perspectives. And that's what it is all about. The thing is, I found out that Bulgarians say yes like this. And they say no like this. That's because of my Bulgarian friend that also borrowed me this shirt. At the same time, I heard about how people pray in Sri Lanka and their spirituality because of my friend right there. The thing is, I got to learn so many things from so many people. I thought I wanted to talk about how people die, but at the same time, I forgot to talk about how people live. The thing is, we understand each other's struggles when we're together, and this is what the IPSC is all about. Now, I want you to think about one thing. Why are you all here today? Do you want to hear brilliant speeches? Maybe you had in mind that someone wouldn't come here and just forget their speech in the middle of it, right? But we all have these expectations, and we expect so much from the governments that we forgot that we are our nations. We are the governments. We can vote, we can talk, we can listen to other people, and that's one of the most important things that we have. Now, I have 3 things that I want to do from now on in order to understand the struggle of people from Ethiopia, or how people in Bulgaria say yes and no, or how people from China, what people from China eat. Those things can be all solved, and we can only understand each other by 1, listening. Are you guys hearing me? Are you guys hearing me? But are you listening to me, to my ideas? Are you listening to what I'm trying to tell you? If not, that's the first thing. Listen to the people around you. The second thing is to talk, to engage, to try to get your opinion out there. That's one of the most important things. And the third thing is to act. If you're out there at home, come to the public speaking competition next year if you can. And maybe next time you see an organization, you can give it signature or something, you can do that. Participate in protests, do something about your voice. Now, the thing is, I came here, I forgot my speech, but I didn't forget how all of you made me feel. And that is why relations between nations are way too important to be left to governments alone.
Thank you very much, Beatrice, for such a poignant speech. And I once again turn to the audience for any questions they might like to ask. Beatrice. Yes. Oh, just there, I think. Wonderful.
Thank you very much for that interesting speech. Finally, you did say there are three things: listening, getting opinion, and acting. Now, I would like to know how you youngsters with your powerful voices can help those thousands that you had mentioned, unknown to us, how you can help them.
Yeah, so the thing is, you know how, because we know so much about different conflicts like Ukraine, or we know about the struggle of some people in our society, we take action, but that's because we know about it. And that's the first thing we have to do. People are not really informed. So I think the first thing, like the first step we have to take is telling people about these struggles, because most of us don't know, and that is okay. But what's not okay is to keep it to ourselves and to not do anything about it. So that's the first thing we should do. And the second thing is to try, when we're legal age, to vote for the right people, speak our minds, be part of NGOs, be part of political parties if you'd like that. And I think that would be a really great start for us.
Are there any further questions from the audience? Perhaps just one more? Do the judges, fantastic.
Thank you very much for that. We can't all vote. You said we could vote, but many people in the world can't vote. How do you respond to that?
Can you repeat the
Oh, sorry. You said in your speech, your wonderful speech, that one of the things we could do is to vote.
Yeah.
But not everyone in the world can vote. So how do we get over that issue?
Oh, that's a very important thing. So for those people who don't have these rights, the right to vote, the right to speak up freely, I think it is our job to try to do something about it. Maybe people in less fortunate countries cannot really speak their mind as well as we can, but we can, and we are part of nations within national, international organizations that can make a change. So by speaking out about it outside these nations, we can put pressure on those international organizations to do something about it, or on those countries, and then empower the people there to know what's happening and to also do something about it. That would be protests, but that's a really long shot. The first thing is trying to help them by trying to get to international organizations.